Hello, CEO teachers, and welcome back to the CEO Teacher Podcast. Whether you're listening to us on your car stereo or you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for being here each and every week. It is truly the greatest gift of all to know that you guys are tuning in and listening or watching. If you haven't already seen us on YouTube, you can check us out by just going to Casey Morris on YouTube. You'll be able to see some of those old videos back from years and years ago, but also every single week, we're going to be uploading these videos for you. So thank you for your support there. And today we're going to talk about 5 steps to increasing your revenue during what we like to call the teacher business summer slump. I'll tell you a little bit about what my life used to look like during those summer months while I was still a teacher trying to make extra income on the side. And we will get into the 5 steps that'll help you this summer increase your revenue just in time for your summer break when you're ready to start getting busy making more income as a teacher. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in today's show. If I've learned anything about life lately, it's been that hard work pays off. You don't have to be the smartest. You just have to be the most consistent, period. So that should feel really good. For me, I have 2 brothers that have, I kid you not, a photographic memory. They can read something once, tell you what page it was on. It's remarkable. I don't have that gift. And so I've had to work really hard my whole life on being consistent. And I am living proof that consistency will always win when it comes to anything in life, from your health to your business. And I hope that that's refreshing for you, is that if you can make that commitment, if you can find that discipline to be consistent, you can have anything that your heart desires, whether that's a couple of $100s each month, or thousands of dollars every month, or millions of dollars a year. It has absolutely nothing to do with how much you know right now, and everything to do with how much you're willing to give in the future. Because if you can be consistent, I can help you get there. Everything good and everything magical happens between the months of June and August. And that is a quote by Jenny Heyer. And I think that that's really true for a lot of things in life. I love the cycle of school. I really get nerdy about this, but I love new beginnings. That's why I also love the new year. But with school, we get that every single year. And the time between June and August is really magical on a way that you get to reset energetically. You have a lot going on. And your children, especially in that month of May, suck the life out of you. And I know this because I've lived it, but also because my husband is currently living it as a principal. It is exhausting. My teacher friends are checked out. And so I want you to take a week or 2 off. Get your life back together. Enjoy your family. Recharge those batteries, because if you can be consistent in June and July, it's going to pay you tenfold in August. I once had a summer month where I thought I was going to do really, really well. And in the month of May, I made $88. And I was used to making thousands of dollars a month on TPT at that time. I made $88. You talk about a reality check. I didn't have any end of the year activities. I had prepared to use that money for vacations with my family. And instead, I didn't do a good job of putting money back that we had earned, because at that time, we were just starting to make money. It's really hard to save money when you're not used to making money. And I am a firm believer in team fun times all the time. So when you first start making money, people are always like, you need to save it. You need to do this. And while that is great advice, I think that allowing yourself to enjoy it in the moment, because we're only promised today, is also just as much as a motivator as saving it. I stopped carrying that mentality of money is just going to come and it's going to go. But instead, I remember hearing about Ronald Dahl talking about money is made every single day, and there are new opportunities for you to chase it every single day. And I stopped worrying so much about, did I put everything back that I needed to? But then there's the situation where that didn't really add up. I made $88. That wasn't enough to pay for a hotel room for my kids and my husband to go to the beach, because that's what I like to do. And so I made it my mission that summer to put my nose to the grindstone and say, I'm going to work really hard this summer. And I hope that it pays off. And so I made a couple $100 in June and July, but I was really like, is this even going to be worth it? And then all aboard the CEO Teacher train coming by. In August, because I had worked so hard and so strategically, I made over $20,000 on Teachers Pay Teachers alone. That was it for me, y'all. That was when I knew no matter what, I was going to be okay. And I needed to figure out now how to work less and still be able to do that, but figure out what was working, what wasn't working. And so that's what we're going to share with you in today's show is the 5 steps that I created to increase your revenue during those teacher business summer slump months for June and July, but also the fact that this is a compounding interest effect. If you're not familiar with that term, it deals with investing. But when you compound interest, you just put little bits at a time. You put little bits at a time into an account that is growing over time. And it is remarkable what that will look like a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. My company has been in creation for nearly a decade, and I live and breathe compound interest every single day. The blog posts that I wrote 10 years ago, the YouTube videos that I created in 2015. Those things are still being seen and being found. And so hopefully what I'm going to give you today is a way that you can compound interest for years and years to come. And you can send me a message on Instagram and say, Casey, I remember that episode when you allowed me to see the vision of small itty bitty steps towards a bigger goal are going to leave a lasting legacy. 90% of people trust their peers on social media and only 15 to 18% trust big brands. That's by Danny Brown. And that's a really, really good quote for you to stay motivated, is that you don't have to be a big influencer. You don't have to be a big brand. You just need to be a peer. 90% of the people trust their peers. Online sales can drop about 30% in the month of July and also in November and December, depending on how well you do at making time-sensitive materials. 58% of U.S. retail sales will occur online by the end of 2023. Smartphones do play a very large role in this, and 90% of all digitally influenced sales will be purchased from their phone. Your website, your landing pages, your checkout pages, the whole customer experience, it must be optimized for mobile. We used to do mobile optimization as an afterthought. We would create all of the landing pages and hope they looked beautiful. Now, before anything goes live or before we even make any final adjustments, we're on the mobile end of things to see how that looks. And you can do that in a lot of different ways depending on what platform you use. But if you hear nothing that I tell you today is that make sure the mobile experience is good. What's great about selling on websites like Etsy and on TPT is that they control the mobile experience for you. There's not any extra work that you'll need to do there. E-commerce is having a banner year in 2023, and sales are projected to rise an additional 10 to 12% by the end of the year. When I say e-commerce, that means anything online, but specifically physical products. Personalized shopping experiences and frictionless shopping, which means rather than having to wait, customers can purchase things immediately, are really booming, which is why we have shifted our economy, I guess, to more of an evergreen model for this year. Now, moving into the 5 steps that will help you increase your revenue during the teacher business summer slump, I want you to remember that summer can be a time to grow your business while it seems as if the whole world is on vacation. Because what is so specific about what we do in the marketing space is that we are teachers, and teachers get the summer off. But that's only in the United States, okay? That's not everywhere. Not only in the United States, it's a lot of places, but there are people in other parts of the world that you may have forgotten about. In Australia, their years go from January to December, and summertime is not until the end of the year. So think about that as you're thinking, oh, no one's going to buy my stuff. There are people still in school all over the world. So here are the systems that we have in place that are going to help you use this as a time to get all of your systems in place for the fall, systems that are going to help you create new products with ease, systems that are going to help you spark creativity and get those resources out. So here are the 5 ways to use the summer to your advantage. My first one, and I kind of already went on a soapbox about it, is stay consistent. A lot of businesses go on break during the summer, especially teacher businesses. which makes me excited. I love when people aren't working because that means I can work and get ahead. So I love that kind of competition. I don't go, everyone else is on vacation, I'll just take a vacation too. Instead, I go, everyone else is sleeping, I'm going to be awake and getting things going. So a lot of teachers take a hiatus from things like podcasting, blogging, and vlogging. So starting a podcast could be the thing that sets you ahead of the curve above everyone else when school starts back. So when everyone else is taking a break from theirs, the exciting thing is that you can start and you can become a voice that people turn to in the summer. Because no matter what teachers say about they take the whole summer off, we are always looking for new innovative ways to be a better version of ourselves in the classroom. Remember, only half of the world is on summer break anyways. The rest of the world still needs you to show up. And if you are learning how to start a podcast and figure out what education needs, you'll be able to get the kinks out, learn about creating your own script, how to upload it, do all the work that you normally wouldn't have time to in the summer. So think about that. Use your time wisely. Start making connections with other people, and you could add them as guests on your podcast or even as guest blog experts. Interview people for your show, maybe like as an interview style, because other teachers will have time off too. And what that can do is take the pressure off of you for product creation and other things, but it's going to allow you to show up consistently. Number 2 on our steps to increasing your revenue during the teacher business summer slump is plan, plan, plan. Begin to shift your focus away from sales, hear me out, to growing your email list, to nurturing your audience, and to plan resources and offers for the busy back to school season. It's time now for you to plan to launch that website, launch that podcast, start your YouTube channel. Introducing new marketing tools can help you create hype in your business when others are quiet or they are relaxing. I remember my anxiety used to go through the roof when I would watch Insta stories back in the summertime because I wasn't doing what I needed to do those first couple of years, but I knew the people that were. And I was obsessed with them and I watched everything that they did. Did it make me feel less than? Yes. Do I encourage that? No. But instead, just be them. So then you don't feel less than. Okay. Next up, number 3 on the list is connect with your already established audience. You can reach your customers while they are on vacation. You can send emails that land in their inbox. We really practice this in our business. We want you to help them land in the inbox versus the promotions folder, and make sure that you're watching for any spammy language. You don't overdo links that you send them. You cut down on any image-heavy content within an email, and make sure that your email is verified with your service provider. Those things in itself make a significant difference. We track our email data like it's going out of style. And if something doesn't land in the inbox, our copywriter is on it. She's like sweating it out. She gets high fives and high kicks every time she gets one in the primary inbox. So we love that. And we're making sure we're doing that. And those were just some steps in order to do that. Set up a fun, engaging summer challenge on social media. Summertime is our busiest time of the year because our ideal customers are on summer break. We sell to teachers. So if you're selling to teachers, this could mean the same for you. Bundle some already created offers. I love this idea. Work smarter, not harder, and put them together in a summer flash sale. You could add value other than cutting prices. Curate specific bundles for your audience and streamline the checkout process. Finally, you could also, when you're connecting with your established audience, launch a beta version of a new idea and then get feedback. So maybe you have a new idea that you don't know is going to work. It's a great idea to test that first to see if people will actually buy it. Make it easy for teachers to join and make it easy for them to see what the final product will look like before you ever create it. Number 4 on 5 steps to increasing your revenue during the teacher business summer slump is go ahead and set those goals for Q4, which stands for quarter four, which is the last 3 months of the year and potentially your biggest money makers. Get your holiday sales plan ready to set on autopilot. We live for quarter four. We are writing the emails. We are creating the captions. We are thinking about what the images and promotions will look like. What new exciting offers can you prep for back to school, for the fall, and for the holidays? August and September, if you are selling on TPT alone, are going to be your best months, no matter who you are, because teachers are inside of TPT begging for help because school is starting back. Plus, TPT does a back-to-school statewide sale and usually another sale back-to-back after that. Write emails for your fall ideas. Get ahead on scheduling out your Pinterest pins. Make sure you're creating blog images in advance and get some podcast scripts ready to go if you're interested in batch recording. We have podcast scripts written for the next couple of weeks, but I don't like to batch record. I'm just going to show up on a Monday, whether I'm at the beach or I'm here at the office or I'm moving. I like to show up on a Monday. It feels good. But we do prep those ahead of time. And then finally, my last and favorite step of the 5 steps to increase your revenue during the teacher business summer slump is take time to up-level your own learning. Give me a book and a highlighter and a pen I have a really cute little notebook right now that I got from Hobby Lobby that looks very eclectic and it has some old school pages in it. I've bought a few courses. I've gotten a few new ebooks. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm taking all the notes. I live to be a lifelong learner. I love it. And I kind of had gotten away from it during 75 Hard because I had all my focus and attention on the things that I needed to do there. But what it did is it created a lot of really good habits in me. And now I'm going to be studying every day, which should make people worried because when I get in this mode, it's amazing how all the stars align. The last time this happened, it was dangerous. So I'm really, really excited about the future of the CEO teacher. And we have so much good coming your way. Okay. Let me get back to it. Okay. So first, read. Yeah. The more you read, the more you know, the more places that you go. Even though we don't support Dr. Seuss, we do agree with that statement. So what are your favorite go-to books? You guys know my top 3. You know, I'm always going to talk about The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen Covey. I'm always going to talk about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Oh, and my third favorite one, and this one has just entered into the top 3. I loved this book and I love this human is Take the Stairs by Rory Vaden. It's so good. Like I read it in a couple hours. I listened to it in a couple hours. But if you want to check out our favorite books for this year, go to caseymorris.com/books and you'll get an entire list and you can see all of our favorite books as a community. But there's so many books that are step by step. I love listening to podcasts to get some new and innovative ideas, but I also buy all the courses. And when I buy a course or I join a membership, I go all in. I print it all out. I color coordinate everything. So our new students that are coming inside of the CEO teacher membership, I live for when you tag me on Instagram with your color coordinated mind maps, because for me, I know that those students are going to be the ones that find success. Did you know, a little known fact about me, I've shared this before on the show, but it's been a while, is that I also, if I buy a course or join a membership that I believe is life-changing, that I believe is going to be the next thing for me, I send the person that created it a personal email. I dig through the weeds and try to find their personal email. And I send them an email that introduces myself in 1 or 2 sentences. And then I say, I just want you to know I'm going to be your biggest success story. And 2 of the people I've sent that to have kept those emails. And as our business has grown, will send me a check-in and just say, I still remember the day that you told me that. And so that's a cheesy thing. I don't know why I just told you that story, but it really helps me stay motivated. So dive into your lessons if you are inside of the CEO teacher membership. If you aren't, you can join us by going to caseymorris.com/challenge to get registered and get inside of the CEO teacher membership today. You can also learn a new skill and add that to your teacher business. If you ever wanted to learn about podcasting, I'm just saying. And then finally, set up some funnels for your business. I live for nerdy funnel talk. So if you want to talk nerdy to me, send me a message on Instagram. I chat funnels inside of our membership and I teach them, but I believe that all roads lead back to a really good funnel when it comes to being an online marketer. And then finally, I'm going to give you a quick little bonus relax, recharge, find what makes you happy again. I think you should set your systems up now so that you can relax by the pool too. Don't be anxious about anything, but in all things know that you are going to be who you want to be. You just have to be consistent. And I'm going to be here every Wednesday. So make that commitment to yourself to show up here or on YouTube every Wednesday so that you can be the CEO teacher of your dreams. Thank you so much for listening. This community is being built by you, one teacher at a time. I could never, ever do this without the help of our team and the help of the thousands of teachers that have trusted me as their coach and as their guide. I am eternally grateful. And as always, remember the best is yet to come, friends. I'll see you right here next week.